Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel, Monique Speaks and Reactions. So y'all, I wanted to do this video on signs that your job is toast. Okay, not that you're toast, but the job is toast. And why am I doing this video? For the Gen Xers, because I've been listening to videos and doing videos about people getting laid off, and sometimes there are some signs. Sometimes we have cognitive dissonance and we don't believe that it's gonna happen because it's a big company. But y'all, I'm here to say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Okay, and those who end up getting the brunt of the fall are sometimes the people who do all the work. The people up there in those ivory towers up there getting those bonuses and the CEOs and all of those people, you know, they rarely feel the brunt of it. Okay, because their package is a totally different package than what we're offered as the normal, you know, not that they're not normal, but the common folk. Okay, so let's just look at this particular video that I talked about, where the lady worked 33 years and she had 6 months before she's supposed to get her pension. I don't know if she's going to get her pension. I'll try to make some phone calls and figure it out, but look, nothing is guaranteed. And you know, some of these companies play a dirty game, but there's some telltale signs, and this is just not for people who are in manufacturing. This is for if you work anywhere. Nurses, I did a video before about nurses. And there were some telltale signs that these hospitals were going to close. So let's listen to what this young lady has to say. Listen very closely. Like, share, subscribe, hit that little bell. And when I upload a video, you'll know. So let's listen closely to what she has to say, because in some of these manufacturing plants, there's buku, mega, mad overtime, right? But listen to what she has to say, and then I'll come back with my commentary.
Slow for probably almost 2 years. This was the worst summer we ever had, as long as I've been there. Usually we're working all kinds of overtime during the summer, and this summer there were days where they didn't have enough to run the whole day, both shifts.
A statement.
Okay, so she basically said, this is PepsiCo, that usually for 33 years, there was a lot of overtime, especially in the summer, because people, you know, pick up, it's hot. She said, but this particular summer, things slowed down, and for some days, they didn't even have enough work. And I'm thinking this is the same for the post office. I'm thinking it's the same for hospitals. This is the same across the board. When you used to have a plethora, and if you know me, I love the word plethora, of overtime, and all of a sudden, now, sometimes they want to rein in, you know, on the overtime. But there are other times when she said there wasn't even enough work. I heard this was going on at some of the post offices too, where there was just not enough work. People don't use the mail no more. We got email, okay? And the only time I really go to the post office, you need something certified, signed receipt. Tell me if I'm not true. Who buys stamps anymore? I have stamps from Forever Stamps that I have forever, okay? And I haven't used them yet. Okay, who buys envelopes anymore? Okay, we do Amazon. I take it to the Up store, which is the UPS store. I don't go to the post office for nothing. Okay, so a lot of post offices, you know, but they're under a whole nother contract, and I don't know who runs the federal, you know, post office. That's a whole nother thing. But if you start to see that you had a lot of overtime, and you see a lot of meetings and stuff going on, and a lot of hushing, and things don't make sense. Supplies, y'all don't have pens. There's no toilet paper. The heating and air conditioning system. I was in a Big Lots because I like Big Lots, and you know, Big Lots is closing some of the stores around the United States. So the Big Lots that I go to, the heating and air wasn't working. And I was like, they must really be having a hard time, because that's a big, huge store. And to get a heating and air system fixed at that store, not so much. So I figured, you know, that store is going to close down. Well, I fixed the heating in there if the store is going to close down. So if you've had a plethora of overtime, you see all of a sudden, you know, it's not enough work. They're letting you go home early. No toilet paper in the bathroom. They're having all of these meetings. Everything is so secretive. Nurses, if you work at a hospital and there's just no supplies, you got to go to, you know, the dollar store to get Band-Aids, wound care for the patients, you know, normal saline. You basically, you know, taking care of the patients yourself. You washing the clothes, you doing everything. that means it's time for you to go. To get to stepping, get your pocketbook like Gina, and get to stepping like Martin told her to do. Okay? So that means when you start seeing some of them telltale signs, don't just think, oh, this company, they love me. No, they don't. It's all about their bottom line. You know, it's a corporation, okay? And I'm not saying some companies don't care about their employees, but at the end of the day, they really don't. I don't care what company it is. Now, there's some companies who have a different culture. But the culture right now, what are the 2 Timothy 3? Lovers of themselves, no affection. So that trickles down even into the workplace. Okay? So she said that they used to have overtime, buku overtime. Okay? Mad overtime. All of a sudden it stops. And then there wasn't even enough work. So that should have been a hint. Something ain't right here. Don't just close your eyes and bury your head in the sand. And I know the lady probably was like, I got 6 more months. And I've heard this so many times before. They had 8 months, 2 more months to retire. This is what they're doing. I don't know if there's some clause in some of these contracts that, you know, if the company claims that they're doing bad, yet they can pay the CEO, you know, millions of dollars. And then they don't pay you your pension, because that's millions of dollars in pensions that they have to, you know, dole out. So what I'm seeing is it's just a lot of Gen Xers getting laid off and pushed to the side. But you got to keep your eyes and ears open. You can't just work on these jobs. So what is PepsiCo, Big Lots? I mean, just a plethora of companies, John Deere. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. Okay? That we are in a recession/depression, Gen Xers, and anybody is disposable. Nobody is indisposable at this point. Anybody can be disposed of. But there are signs. Like I said, no toilet paper. The cleaning people that used to come, they ain't coming no more. People complaining that, you know, they're not paying their, you know, bills. You know, the lights get turned off. The water gets turned off. The heat gets turned off. The air conditioner ain't working, and it's been 4 months or 4 years. Something is wrong. And you have to look at those signs and say, wait a minute, something ain't right here. I know if you 6 months before getting your pension, you like, I'm just going to do these 6 months. I'm going to bounce. But that's the time when you need to open up your eyes and see. Now, I remember when the UPS, meaning the UPS people, they went and gave these people this whole big, you know, new contract. And sure enough, end up a year later laying a whole bunch of folk off. Okay, so when you see mergers or when they give you this contract, like Boeing, when they give that contract, they're gonna give it, but they're gonna turn around and lay folk off. Watch and see. So I don't know if, you know, I do know that, you know, the Gen Xers, you're probably paid a higher wage. You're probably, your benefits, you know, and you're going to, if for companies that still have a pension, you're going to cost the company more. So the bottom line is they will get rid of you, to save money. It doesn't matter that you're doing the work. It doesn't matter that you worked there 33 years. It doesn't matter that you know, sacrifice not seeing your kids, your mama, or whomever, because you had to be there at the job. And now all that PTO that you had saved up, 20 years of PTO, you ain't getting that either. So there are signs, y'all. Like I said, if there's no TP, no toilet paper in the bathroom, the heat, the cleaning people, their invoices ain't getting paid, people complaining, grumbling, all these meetings. And that was one reason, y'all, I digress. I did not like corporate America. There was always meeting. And I'm sitting here saying, didn't we meet about that last week? Why are we meeting and nothing is getting accomplished? Okay, let's meet with a purpose. But all of these meetings, standing meetings, local meetings, meetings that just pop up. Now I'm flexible and all, but I'm like, why we keep meeting? We, you know, the standing meeting, if we ain't talking about nothing, then we don't need to say nothing. Don't turn the standing meeting into something else. I couldn't get with the corporate culture of corporate America. It seemed like they just wanted to waste your time. The devil will, and I'm not saying they the devil, but the enemy, all he likes to do is waste your time. Okay? So y'all, maybe this is going to be a catalyst for people to start their businesses. But guys, right now it's best to buckle down, pay off some debt, Make sure you got your ducks in a row. Keep your eyes and your ears open. There are always signs. I don't care what industry you in. Pepsi, manufacturing, healthcare, technology, tech. Look, they done laid off all the Googles. They done laid off all the metaverses. They done laid, they're just laying folk off left, right, and center. Okay? So ain't nobody, If you a brown nose and you think, I'm just this company can't work without me. Never think that. Never think that. I go to work, I do my job, and I leave, and I come home. That's it. I'm going to do a good job. But if it's time for me to take a mental health day, guess what? I'm going to take me a mental health day. And y'all use your benefits. I'm not saying use the job, but utilize your benefits. Utilize your EAP program. Utilize the things, continuing education. If they're paying for tuition reimbursement, utilize them things. Because I'm going to tell you, when they give you the boot, all those things go away when you are no longer employed there. Okay? So yes, there are telltale signs. This woman said this for the past 2 years. 2 years. Handwriting on the wall. Okay? Handwriting was on the wall. 2 years, everything was slowing down. No more overtime. Some days they didn't have no work. They knew it. They knew it. But it was just like a slow bop to the layoff. You know what I mean? They slow bop people. And they had the nerve and the audacity. Okay? They had the nerve and the audacity. You see my face? You see my face right here? This is what you call a side eye. I'm giving y'all the side eye, okay? It's war against the Gen Xers. It seems to be. This is what you call the side eye, It's awful what's happening, but it's reality. And we can't bury our heads and say it's not going to happen. We can't have a negative attitude. We can have an opinion. I have a strong opinion. That's why this is called Monique Speaks and Reactions. However, you got to do something, okay? And it just really, really brings home. That you can't rely on man, because they will let you down. These companies, ain't coming to save you. And a lot of people obviously ain't drinking Pepsi, Coca-Cola. I know I'm not drinking no soda pop no more. Okay? I'm making tea at home. I'm making my own little spritz drinks. I'm not going out here buying a whole bunch of soda. So these people are losing money, and they got to keep their money. Okay? Off these plantations. But anyway, y'all, there are telltale signs that your job is toast, that they're getting ready to close down. Keep your eyes open. Okay? Don't just sit there and just think that, I'm going to have my job. Nothing is certain anymore. Okay? Nothing. So anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think about this. You know how we do. Get down in the comments. Have you had a job and there was some telltale signs that something was going on? Those folks that's in HR. All right, y'all. I see y'all on the next upload. This is Monique Speaks and Reactions. Like, share, subscribe. And don't forget, y'all, hit that little bell and I will notify you, or somebody will, maybe YouTube will, notify you of all my videos. But ain't this a shame? There was handwriting on the wall. Woman worked 33 years. 6 months. Just half a year before she was able to just clock out and sit and get her pension. And then they tell her, excuse me, you know what? Here's this box. Yeah, get on the line, or single file, like you back in elementary school. And one by one, go and get your stuff off the desk. And today's your last day. But December 28th, yeah, we'll pay you up through then. What kind of mess is that? All right, y'all, peace, and I'm out. Signs that your job is toast. Yeah, there were signs, all right.